This is week 6, and we did a reading on how people learn, and there was focus on the people, schools, and the potential to learn. We were shown that there is research being done on the actual neuroscience of learning. We were told about how the designs of the actual place that the teaching is being done, whether it be in a classroom, whether it be out on a field trip or whatever, and seeing what impact that has. And this goes from preschool all the way up to college age, and trying to get each individual to achieve their fullest potential. They are looking at new ways that to introduce subjects to the students, traditional subjects, math, science, history, and literature. They are looking at the possibilities of individuals getting a deep understanding of important subject matter. Some of the things that they brought out in this reading were the fact that with new subjects comes new understanding, and what that means, what the new subjects would be, is anthropology. You would have philosophy, and of course computer science. And basically the way that I look at it is it's the breaking down of, or getting more in depth into those subjects. Instead of just a general science, you would have biology, microbiology, chemistry, and things like that. Then in math you have algebra, calculus, and as you get older, we see that this is becoming the norm in a college setting. We have one of the parts of the reading spoke about how students may come into a classroom with preconceived knowledge. Let's take, for instance, in science. For years, we heard that Pluto was a planet, and now we have found out that Pluto is no longer a planet in our solar system. And so, students who have grown up learning that Pluto was a planet, if they come into that classroom and the teacher says, okay, these are the planets and Pluto is not a part of it, then the student is like, well, what about Pluto? And then they have to be retaught that Pluto is no longer a planet. I can't remember exactly what Pluto is now, but anyway. We also were introduced to a thing called metacognition, and this refers to people's ability to predict their performance in various tasks. And what this would be, I feel like this would go into, I want that A, and I can see that A, and I want to strive for that A. That probably goes along with someone who wants to have a goal of getting a master's degree, who is achieving a bachelor's degree right now, and they have to have that certain GPA, so they're thinking about that. We have to keep in mind about knowledge that can affect a person's ability to remember. Some of the things that I have noticed over the years is that the more people learn, sometimes they forget some of the basic stuff, and they have to go back and relearn that. We have to understand the relationships between structures and functions. We have to have an understanding of what those things are. Some students can be taught just by being told things, but then you have most people who are learning how to collaborate with other students, or they're learning through computers. You can't just be taught by telling about the keyboard on a computer. You have to actually do that function in order to know more about that. So I think that about wraps it up.